much, Chair Peters and Ranking Member Portman. Thank you both for this hearing, and to both of our nominees, thank you, and thank your families for your willingness to serve. This is a team effort, and we appreciate you stepping forward very much. I have two questions for you, Sheriff, and then one question for you, Mr. Santos. To Sheriff Gonzalez, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement manages three operational components, including Homeland Security investigations. Homeland Security investigations is a critical component of ICE, responsible for vetting immigrants, as well as investigating transnational criminal and terrorist organizations, cyber crimes, the online and international exploitation of children, human trafficking, and transnational drug crimes. If confirmed, how will you ensure that the Homeland Security investigation's important missions, including its work fighting the substance misuse crisis, continues to be a priority?
Thank you, Senator. All those issues are critically important. If confirmed, I would work very closely with the personnel that's in place to understand that threat landscape and get updates on where we're at, and then trying to see how we could best lead a strategic and targeted response to all of these different challenges that you mentioned. HSI is the preeminent law enforcement agencies when it comes to being able to understand how cartels are utilizing the different migration paths, for example, and taking advantage of others. So want to see how we could dismantle those networks. That would be critically important. And then making sure we're working with our partner agencies in an effective manner to make sure that we're tackling all these various issues, including the issues, as you mentioned, like fentanyl, which is a concern in Harris County for me.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, the influx of fentanyl is a critical issue for the entire country, and we're seeing, as you know, a huge increase in overdose deaths. So I would look forward to working with you on that as well. Sheriff, I'm going to follow up with something we talked about the other day. New Hampshire is home to a group of Indonesian immigrants who have lived in the United States for many years. Many came here fleeing from religious persecution. Many of them do not have green cards, some because they were given bad legal advice years ago. They are important members of our community at this point, people who have worked jobs, paid taxes, raised their families in New Hampshire. Under the Obama administration, as long as these individuals checked in with ICE authorities regularly and didn't commit any crimes, they were not a priority for detention or removal, and they were provided work permits. However, the previous administration attempted to deport many members of the community. If confirmed, will you commit to looking into this issue and working with my office to protect this community?
If confirmed, I look forward to working with you, Senator, on that issue. I think it speaks to some extent about the importance of having a prioritized response. That not every situation is the same, and that we need some guidance on this. And I think that that's where the prioritization and other factors that may be available would more than happy to work with you on that.
I appreciate that very much, and I look forward to doing that. To Mr. Santos, each Congress, the Government Accountability Office, or GAO, issues its high-risk list, which identifies and helps resolve weaknesses in critical federal programs that are at particular risk for mismanagement or waste of taxpayer dollars. One of the critical programs highlighted on this year's high-risk list is the decennial census, which provides, as we've all talked about, critical data to determine congressional representation and to inform the federal government about how best to allocate its resources. Despite the conclusion of the 2020 census just months ago, GAO already anticipates that the next decennial census will face management challenges such as meeting goals and deadlines for testing new data collection technology, recruiting and dispatching thousands of census workers, and evaluating the accuracy of the collected data in a timely way. If confirmed, sir, how will you work to mitigate these management challenges?
Thank you for that question, Senator. I will work with the Census Bureau staff who has been eagerly and earnestly planning the 2030 census. I understand but have not been briefed on the plans of further incorporating technology, leveraging the lessons learned from the 2020, which was an extraordinary census in almost any sense of the word because of the pandemic. And it was because it was also, the 2020 census was also the first fully digitized operation. There are a lot of quality indicators that can give clues about efficiencies that heretofore had not been available. So it's critical to take a look at those, to analyze those, and incorporate that. And I can, in my role as director, if confirmed, prioritize those particular areas of research so that we can reveal the nuggets of insights that allow us to create more effective operations.
Well, thank you for that. And what I would look forward to doing is staying in communication about the challenges that have been identified, what you believe you can glean from this research and new data, so that we can improve management, but also an ongoing conversation with Congress so that we are preparing to have as an effective and efficient next census as is possible.
Thank you. I would very much like to do that. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chair, I yield the remainder of my time.